Is the new Porsche 911, and this is the first ever Porsche. Today I'm going to be talking about the history of Porsche, and it's gotten to the point where Porsche is such a good car brand that anything they make is just the best car, such as this GT3. It doesn't even need to be an RS. But I'm going to be talking about the history of Porsches, and this was actually a video requested by a very nice viewer and subscriber, and it's this guy over here called, I don't know if I can say it, but it's by Hamamamanj6719. And if you want to suggest a video idea below, you can comment it down below. I'm always reading comments. But let's get into the video. Okay, I do want to keep this video short, but this is the Porsche 356C. It's from 1964-1965. 74 brake horsepower and 86 pound of torque. Not too fast, but it is a 1964 car. But let's move over to the next thing that they done. This is the car, and this is really old of a car, and this car looks really cool. 1964. Look at the interior, the Porsche logo there and everything. This literally looks good. This is a real classic car, and it's got these really old seats, and that's the mid-engine. Porsches always have a mid-engine car. Looking on the road, that looks really sick. But let's move over to the next car. They also made a convertible, which is really cool as well. There's already a 911. Well, they made a few other of the models, and then they made this. So this is the first 911. This is a 911. This is a 911 S Coupe from 1972. I think. Yeah, 1972. And this car looks sick. Like, it's a really nice classic car. We have the really nice rims there. They look like they're from like an old Hot Wheels car or something. And the badging there, only one exhaust. And this is a really nice, cool car. Now, the specs are alright on this thing. Specs are flat 6 engine. It has 190 horsepower and 150 pounds of torque. Max RPM is 7,300, which is a lot for 1972. And 1972, we have 190 horsepower, and it's a flat 6. All 911s have a flat 6, whatever, flat engine. But yeah, okay, let's move on to something else. Okay, then they had another car, the best 911, the one where it really stood out, the 1977 911 Turbo Carrera 930. Now this is where they all begun. They made 23,000 of these, but a lot of people crashed them because of the handling. So they called it the Widow Maker. That was the nickname for this car. And the specs were crazy for a 1975 car. 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. That's quite fast for a car like that. Top speed 162 miles an hour with a huge top speed. And yeah, let's go to the next car. So then they made more 911s, and they were good fast, and everyone liked them. But then in 1987, it got a bit too fast. And this is 1987. The power of this car was 444 brake horsepower. This is the 1987 959. This car was competing with the F40, well, the F41, but this car was so fast. It had 444 brake horsepower and had 6,500 RPMs. I can't find the 0 to 60 time on this, but this is so special because this regarded as the most technology advanced road-going sports car ever created, and they were originally $225,000. That is very expensive, but that is it for this car. Let's go to something else. Now, I feel like no one knows anything about this car, but this is the 944 Coupe. And don't tell me, that does look like a Batmobile. I really like this car, but no one knows about it. But let's see what this car has. the little 944 is actually kind of fast. It has a 0 to 60 time in 5.9 seconds. And this car is a 4-cylinder, and it was the world's fastest 4-cylinder production car at the time. And that's actually really cool. And it's got 211 horsepower. And you can get these cars under like probably 20k. And I think these cars look amazing. Now, I'm sure that you remember the 959, the car that had 444 horsepower and was really fast. But now, there was the Carrera GT. This car was so fast and really dangerous, like the 911 Turbo 930. This Carrera GT was so fast. I can't believe Porsche ever decided to make something like this, but it is cool that they made something like this because it has history. Now, this actually went on the 24-hour Le Mans race as well. So this has 605 brake horsepower and has 135 pounds of torque, and it has a F1 V10 engine, and that is mental. F1 V10 engine. So I'm sure you know about the 911. Well, they did change it up a little. This is the design that kind of held until the present day. But this is like the first bit of it. This is the 2005 911 Club Coupe 997. And they also made this other one in 2004 called the 996. I think the 996 looks way more better. But let's look at the two. Now, I have the specs for the two. Now, they all look like different cars. They have different designs. The specs might not be correct, but the 997 has a 0 to 60 time of 4.7 seconds, but this one is the 996 and it has a 0 to 60 time of 3.7 seconds. Now, one might be older, one might be newer, but yeah, these two cars are pretty cool, but when you are finding the right one, you gotta find the right one. You have to do your research. But yeah, let's go to the next car. Now we're coming down to the last car. This is gonna be the 911 GT3 RS 997. This was the first ever GT3 RS. This is the last car because it'll get too long. But this is an amazing car, the first ever GT3 RS they ever did, and this car is really fast. So let's look at the specs. This is probably the best Porsche ever made. This is from 2010 and 2012. So the 0 to 60 miles an hour is 3.8 seconds. Top speed is 193 miles an hour and 444 brake horsepower. A lot of them, I feel like quite a bit of the Porsches then had 440 brake horsepower. But now I think this is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you can like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more amazing content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.